Building wealth and reaching financial freedom is a difficult challenge to accomplish, but with the help of compound interest, this objective might be more achievable than you think. Pietros Maneos, a great businessman and entrepreneur, once stated, "A penny saved is just a penny earned, unless of course you double that penny every day for 30 days, which is then $5,368,709.12. This quote fully expresses the strength of compounding interest over time, which allows investors to achieve fabulous returns over the long run. The power of compound interest has also been praised by the mathematical genius Albert Einstein, who stated that the strongest force in the universe is compound interest. In this video, we will show how the formula for this force works, and we will calculate some real-life examples so that you can really experience the magic of the compounding effect. Formula for initial principal. Whenever we want to calculate the result of the compounding effect on a single amount, we are interested in what is called the future value of the amount. The formula for the future value is expressed as follows. This formula shows that by simply knowing the starting amount, the interest rate, the frequency of the payments, and the number of periods, we can calculate the effect of compound interest in any scenario. Thanks to this formula, we can perform calculations about the future value of a given amount deposited in a savings account or invested in the stock market. Starting from a savings account scenario, we would like to calculate the future value of $1,000 which has been deposited for 10 years in a savings account that yields 3% annual interest. First, to answer this question, we will need to define all our variables. The principal is equal to $1,000, which is the starting amount at our disposal. The nominal interest rate paid per year is equal to 0.03 because 3% must be converted into decimal form. The number of times the interest is compounded per year is equal to 1. Finally, the time in years is equal to 10. Then, if we apply the formula and calculate the result, we will come to the conclusion that after 10 years, we'll have $1,343.92 in our bank account, profiting $343.92 in total interest. Alternatively, if instead of depositing the amount in a savings account, we would have purchased $1,000 worth of shares, the returns would have been much different. The main difference between the two scenarios is the average return of the stock market, measured by the S&P 500. The return of the S&P 500 is 10.67% annualized, calculated from 1957 to the present date. If we then use this average annual return to calculate the future value of our $1,000 investment in the S&P 500, we will obtain that after 10 years, the value of the investment would have increased to $2,892.97, profiting $1,892.97 in total interest and averaging a 189.3% return on investment over 10 years. Formula for a periodic payment. Compounding interest over time on a single amount is great, but if you keep investing periodically, the returns could potentially be much higher. Warren Buffett once said, "Time is your friend, impulse is your enemy. Take advantage of compound interest and don't be captivated by the siren song of the market." On other occasions, Buffett also explained that timing the market and waiting for the golden opportunity were strategies proven to underperform. On average, the simple method of making periodic investments or dollar cost averaging, which is the more common term nowadays. So, if you really want to maximize your profits, you should invest a constant amount periodically, as in the end, the greatest determinant of the future value of an amount is the time that it has been invested, rather than the moment you started. To calculate the future value of a periodic payment, we must introduce another financial concept, the annuity. An annuity is a series of equal payments made periodically throughout a given period of time. Then, the future value of an annuity will be calculated according to this formula. To demonstrate the power of a constant and periodic investment plan, let us consider the stock market example using an annuity of $50 per month invested in the S&P 500. Consequently, the parameters of the formula will be defined as the amount invested in each period is equal to $50. The annual interest rate is the average annual return of the S&P 500 rounded for simplicity to 10%. The number of years will be equal to 10 as in our previous example. Finally, the number of compounding periods in each year will be equal to 12 as we make the recurring payment each month. The result of this earnings projection is $10,242, consisting of $6,000 invested over the 10 years, plus the net profit of $4,242. From this example, we can conclude that thanks to the higher power of compound interest, you can achieve remarkably high returns starting from a small periodic payment. Additionally, due to the size of these small investments, you are able to enter the market gradually, therefore reducing the risk of short-term losses caused by market swings. If you also want to reduce the risk of missing out on new videos, then subscribe to our channel. Now that you have seen how powerful compound interest can be over a period of 10 years, let's analyze what happens during longer periods of time. To do so, we will calculate the previous example of the $50 annuity compounded for 25 and 40 years. The results of a 25-year time period show that if we compound the effect of the interest rate on a periodic payment of $50 at an annual interest rate of 10%, we could earn a gross profit of $66,341 with a total investment of $15,000. If instead we keep investing for an additional 15 years, the difference between the two scenarios will be significant. After 40 years, we could achieve a gross profit of $316,203 with a total investment of $24,000 spread out over the 40 years. By looking at these last two scenarios graphically, you can fully understand what Warren Buffett intended when he said that time is our friend. The profit growth does not follow a linear trend, but rather an exponential one, so the more time you are invested in the market, the more you will benefit from the compound effect. If we compare the differences between these last two scenarios, we can conclude that with only an additional $9,000 in investments, you are able to increase your gross profits by $249,862. Additionally, if you also want to express the difference as a return on investment, the ROI will shoot up from 342.28% to 1,217.5%, thanks to the additional effect of compound interest. Therefore, by looking at these examples, it is important to understand that entering the market as soon as possible and being constant with the investments are two fundamental pillars on which the compounding effect is built. Nowadays, thanks to the many innovations that the stockbrokers have introduced, it is relatively easy to pursue an investment strategy similar to the one we just talked about in the example. First of all, with the majority of brokers, you are now able to invest in fractional shares, so you will be able to purchase exactly $50 worth of shares each period. Additionally, many brokers give you the possibility to make recurrent investments completely automatically without the need to access your stock portfolio or your bank account. Finally, let's look at an example that contains both a recurring payment and an initial deposit. To calculate the future value of such an investment, we must calculate the future value of the two amounts separately and then sum them up. If in this scenario we were to make a large initial investment in the S&P 500 of $10,000 and then we were to keep investing $1,000 per month, what will the future value of these investments be after 40 years? Using the formulas described above, you can see that the future value of our investment will be $6,861,086, composed of $480,000 in investments spent over the 40 years and $6,371,086 in total interest earned. Using this example, we need to highlight the importance of time. If in this scenario we would have kept investing for an additional year, it would have been $12,000 more in investments, but the total interest earned would have increased by a staggering $719,010. We want to leave you with a quote from Charlie Munger, an American billionaire investor and businessman, who stated, "Understanding both the power of compound interest and the difficulty of getting it is the heart and soul of understanding a lot of things." We hope that this video helped you better understand the effect of compound interest and what to do to benefit from it.